Ever felt drained after spending time with a certain person, or found yourself in a constant state of stress due to someone's actions? You might be dealing with toxic traits. Toxic traits are behaviors or habits that are harmful and can sap your emotional energy. They can be as subtle as a friend constantly belittling your achievements, or as glaring as someone constantly criticizing you. Some other common examples include manipulation, constant pessimism, and lack of respect for your boundaries. It's crucial to understand these traits, not just for your own mental health, but also for the health of your interpersonal relationships. Toxic traits can be sneaky. They often creep into our lives unnoticed, and before we know it, they've taken a toll on our happiness and peace. In the following segments, we're going to dive deeper into how to recognize these traits in others, in ourselves, and most importantly, how to deal with them. Toxic traits can be a silent destroyer of happiness and peace. Let's look at how to recognize them. Consider this scenario. You have a friend who always belittles your achievements, making you feel small and unimportant. A toxic trait, wouldn't you agree? Now let's delve into the impact of such behavior. Imagine the erosion of your self-esteem, the mounting stress levels. This is the reality for many dealing with toxic individuals in their life. Think about the friend who always seems to have a cloud of negativity hanging over them, raining on your parade. Their constant pessimism can be draining, sucking the joy out of your accomplishments and positive experiences. Now imagine the colleague who never respects your boundaries, always demanding more of your time and energy. This lack of respect can lead to burnout and resentment. Or how about the family member who is overly critical, always finding fault and rarely offering praise? This constant criticism can make you second-guess your abilities and worth. Over time, these behaviors can chip away at your confidence, increase your stress, and even lead to mental health issues like anxiety and depression. It's like a constant drip of negativity, gradually eroding your self-esteem and well-being. The key here is to recognize these traits in others and understand their impact. This understanding is the first step in protecting your mental health and cultivating healthier relationships. But it's not just about spotting these traits in others. Recognizing these traits in others is crucial, but it's equally important to turn the mirror on ourselves. When was the last time you critically assessed your own behavior? It's not an easy task, but it's a necessary one. Now, we're not saying that you're the villain of the story, but just like everyone else, you might have some traits that come off as toxic to others. For starters, it's helpful to understand that toxic traits are not necessarily intentional. They can be habits we've picked up over time, behaviors that have been modeled for us, or defense mechanisms we've developed in response to past experiences. One way to identify these traits is through self-reflection. Consider times when your actions may have negatively impacted others. Are there patterns you see repeating? Maybe you have a tendency to be overly critical, or perhaps you struggle with setting boundaries. Another method is to seek feedback from those around you. This can be a tough pill to swallow, but remember, this isn't about blame. It's about understanding how your behavior might be affecting others. Journaling can also be a powerful tool in this process. It allows you to express your thoughts and emotions privately, giving you the opportunity to analyze your behavior without judgment. By writing down your thoughts, you might notice patterns or triggers that lead to toxic behaviors. Recognizing our own toxic traits is not a sign of failure, but a sign of growth. It's the first step towards becoming a better version of ourselves. Once we've identified these traits, the next step is to learn how to deal with them. Let's explore this in the next scene. Dealing with toxic traits, whether in ourselves or others, requires a proactive approach. The first step is to recognize these traits. From constant pessimism to excessive criticism, these behaviors can drain your emotional energy and hinder your personal growth. Once you've identified these traits, it's time to set boundaries. Establishing boundaries is like drawing a line in the sand, a line that protects your mental and emotional well-being. It's about saying, this is what I will tolerate, and this is what I won't. It's not about controlling others, but about taking control of your own life. Open communication is another essential strategy. If someone's behavior is affecting you negatively, it's important to express your feelings honestly, yet respectfully. Remember, it's not about blaming the other person, but about explaining how their actions make you feel. In dealing with your own toxic traits, self-awareness plays a crucial role. It's about taking a good, hard look in the mirror and being honest about what you see. Regular self-reflection can help you identify patterns of behavior that may be harmful to yourself or others. Journaling your thoughts and feelings can be a powerful tool for self-discovery. At times, dealing with toxic traits can feel overwhelming, and it's okay to seek professional help. Therapists and counselors are trained to help you navigate these challenges and provide you with tools to manage and overcome toxic behaviors. But remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and a lot of self-compassion. So celebrate your small victories along the way. Each step you take towards eliminating toxic traits is a step towards a healthier, happier you. The journey may be tough, but it's definitely worth it. After all, you're not just improving your own life, but also your relationships with others. You're creating a positive ripple effect that extends beyond your own personal sphere. So take a deep breath, roll up your sleeves, and get ready to tackle those toxic traits head on. You've got this. Remember, you have the power to create a healthier, happier life for yourself. Toxic traits can seem overwhelming, but with awareness and action, they can be managed and even eliminated. We've taken a deep dive into understanding what these traits are, the impact they can have, and how to recognize them in ourselves and others. But remember, knowledge is only powerful when put into action. We've discussed some strategies for dealing with toxic traits, such as setting boundaries, open communication, and seeking professional help when needed. It's essential to be proactive, to cultivate self-awareness, and to build a supportive network around you. Now we're inviting you to take part in a 21-day challenge to identify and reduce toxic traits. This is a journey towards better mental health and stronger interpersonal relationships. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Like, subscribe, and share your experiences in the comments below. Stay tuned for more empowering content.